We have started with the nodal analysis with respect to a given circuit, and we have discussed for few examples that how we can find out the given voltages from the circuit given to you. And this is what the example we have discussed in the previous lecture. So I'll quickly go through it. What is this one? This example I will consider because it's one of the simplest. So basically, this nodal analysis goes with the Kirchhoff's current law, and what Kirchhoff's current law says: the algebraic sum of current is always equal to 0. Okay. So that is what is your Kirchhoff's law. And we have considered the node under consideration is always at higher potential. That means what? Unless otherwise mentioned, the current direction is always outwards with respect to the node under consideration. So this is what we have discussed in the previous lecture. I hope everyone remembers that. So if I want to write for, let us say, node V1, then how many branches are connected to it? This is one, second, and third. 3 branches are connected to it. And for the 6 ohm and 2 ohm, there is no current direction given to you, whereas there is a 1 ampere current source connected with respect to that node. So this direction we have to take as it is, that is the inward. Whereas for these two, we have to take it outward. And outward, we are taking positive, and inward, we are taking negative. So one can write it as V1 divided by 2 plus V1 minus V2 divided by 6 is equals to 1 ampere. This is your equation number 1. And if you write it for the V2 node, now V2 is at the higher potential. Again, just go back to your 2 things which we need to always understand while writing the nodal analysis, that V2 is at the higher potential. That means the current with respect to V2 is going outwards like this. So V2 by 7 plus V2 minus V1 by 6 plus 4 amperes. So that's your equation number 2. Now, if you solve these two linear equation, one can easily calculate the V1 and V2. Do you remember all this stuff? Is there any doubt in this? Yes, please.
No doubt, sir.
Okay, after that, there was another question in which a dependent source was given, and I have asked you to calculate for the node V1, V2, and V3. And for that also, some of you have given the answers like 4.2, 2.4, and minus 2.4. Now, we'll solve a few more questions out of it. Do you need a few examples, or shall we go for a new topic?
Example, sir.
Okay. So I will straightforward go to your textbook. Are you able to see your textbooks now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So let us start with, let us say, the 3.1. let's say click into one question. I hope everyone is able to see that one. If you want, I will copy here. So let us assume that we are interested in calculating the node voltage at this point. Before that, let us find out how many different nodes are there. Just a moment. Okay. So how many nodes you can see? You can call this as a node. Let us say node number 1. You can call this as a node 2, and that's node 3, and this is a 4th. Now, node 1 voltage, it's directly available to you. It's 12 volts because with respect to this node and ground, there is a source connected to it. Similarly, with respect to this node and ground, there is a source connected to it, that is 9 volts. Now, only there is one unknown node, that is node number 2. So here also you can apply the nodal analysis. So you need not to do anything with the node number 1 and node 3 because that voltages are already there with you. And two things, as I told you, you have to always remember while writing the nodal. I will write it again, that node under consideration is at highest potential. And unless otherwise mentioned, you have to always consider the current is outward with respect to the node under consideration. So node under consideration is this node 2. Let us call the voltage with respect to the node 2 is V2. Now you are having a current component in this branch, current in this branch, and Ix is already given to you. Now, one can write the current flowing in this R1 branch as V2 minus 12 divided by R1. V2 minus 9 divided by R2, and V2 minus 0, because this is your ground node, divided by R3 is 0. And what is Ix? Ix is V2 by R3. Now if I provide you R1, R2 and R3 values, I hope one can easily find out the voltage across it. Is that okay? Now let's go to the second question. In this way, you need to solve all the unsolved questions which are given here, right? Next, we can solve for this. Is it okay? Is this method is fine? Because of this, you'll feel some confidence about your subject also, that you are able to solve the unsolved question from the book directly. Okay, let us take for this. Now, how many nodes are there? This is node 1, V1. That's 2, V2. Let's write the nodal equation with respect to V1 and V2. Let us start with V1. Now, can anyone unmute their mic and tell me what will be the V1 equation? V1. See how many branches are connected to it. 1, 3, and 4. So obviously 4 different terms will come. And what are those 4 different terms? This is of course ground, so 0 potential. So V1 minus 0 by 10. So I can directly write V1 by 10. This is outwards, that's outward. Yes. Plus V1 by 5.
V1 minus V2 by 2.
plus V1 minus V2 by 2. What else? Plus 6 is 0. Now nodal for V2. So how we can write it as? Nodal for V2 will look like this.
V2 by 4.
Yeah, just a moment. This is already given to you, so you don't change the current direction. This is also given to you. So we will take inward. This is outward, and that is also outward. Why I'm doing so? Please recall these two terms, the first two statements. Okay, unless otherwise mentioned, we will always consider the current is outward. So for this 6 ampere and 3 ampere is already mentioned, so we'll consider as it is. So V2 by 4 for this equation, for this current, plus
V2 minus V1 by 2.
correct, V2 minus V1 by 2
Minus
minus
6
6 minus 3. Now rest of your work will be taken care by your calculator. Okay, so I'll not go into it. Once these two equations are there, please understand 2 linear equation and 2 unknowns. That's enough for you. You can easily calculate the what is called your voltages. Am I right? Now let's go to the third part. So that's 3.3. Now already the currents are given to you, and the node voltage is only V2, V0. So V0 by 10 plus V0 by 20 plus V0 by 30 plus V0 by 60. And then these two current sources are given. So I'll start with 8 amperes, which is inward. So inward current will be negative. And this 20 amperes is outward. So hence it will be positive. Is that okay? So only one unknown is there, V0. And you are having only one linear equation. So again, with simple algebraic here and there, you can solve this equation and you can end up with the correct answer for V0. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Shall we go for the next question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it fine for the network theory if we solve in this way?
Yes, sir, it's fine.
See, the only way to get command on this network theory is to solve. Just keep on solving the question, then only you will understand the importance of this. Because every question is a different. You will find something new in that one. Now, how many nodes are here? This is one node. These
4.
two are same. So basically V1. All these comprises of single node, that's V2. Is it fine? So 2 equations and 2 unknown. So let us start with V1. So V1 divided by 20 plus V1 divided by 10, and this is inward, so minus 6
Minus 6.
minus 3. Similarly for V2, now you can write, this is your equation number 1, V2 divided by 40 plus V2 divided by 40 again, and then
Yes,
this
2
2
minus.
amperes is minus 2 because it is inward, and this 3 amperes is outward with respect to V2, hence plus 3. That is equal to 0. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to few more. This question I am not going to solve because this requires a concept of super node, or basically it can be solved very easily using the loop method. Okay, so you have to understand which equation, which circuit needs to be solved by which method. Whenever there are loops and in that you are having the voltages, better to use the loop method. Okay, so this 3.5 can be easily solved by the loop method, so I'm not going to discuss at this moment. Once the nodal analysis we are able to comprehend with the questions, then only we'll go for the loop. Okay, so this 3.5 I'll keep aside now for this instance. 3.6 is there, it is mentioned already, needs to be solved using nodal. So let us pick that. And let's try to write the nodal for it. So how many nodes? Unnecessarily, see, you can understand this is given to confuse you. There is no point in splitting this resistance into two parts. Okay. If you are able to understand this point, so one can make it simplify by considering 10 in parallel with 5. Okay. So what will happen? You can reduce your burden burden little bit. Okay. So this two resistances in parallel can be replaced by a single resistance, equivalent resistance, which is 2 in parallel with 5. So what is 2 in parallel with 5?
10/3.
10/3, sir.
Okay, so 3 point something, right? 3.33.
Yes, sir.
Let us say 3.34. So instead of this, now I will be considering 3.34 for here. Okay, is that okay? Now how many nodes? This is node number 1. So V1 is already there with 10 ohm given in the question. Obviously that means this node corresponds to V1 voltage. So I will not consider this as a V1 because already this source is connected to it. So obviously this node voltage must be 10 and this node voltage must be 20. Now you can see it's now the first question which you have solved. I'll quickly show you what is the first question. So this is what the first question was, right? You're having two different nodes in which the sources were connected and only one middle node was there in which you are having the unknown node voltage. In a similar way, now you have reduced this 3.6 also. Are you able to appreciate the difference and the similarity both?
Yes, sir.
Right? Now 3.7 is again a nodal analysis question. Let us take that. So how many nodes are there in this case? How many nodes are there?
4, sir.
Anyone else? First of all, you should able to understand how to find out node. Yes, roll number 54. How many nodes are there? So 54 is absent. Fine. Roll number 44. How many nodes are there?
4, sir.
Okay. 28. How many nodes are there?
So I think 3. Sir.
Okay. 53. How many nodes?
Sir, 54 I guess. 54, 4 I guess, sir. 4
Roll
I
number
guess.
6.
4 notes, sir.
Roll number 13. 13 absent. Roll number 16. '18.
Sir, I think 4, sir.
Roll number 21, 23. Roll number 41. 43.
Sir, I think 3 notes, sir.
41 is there. Roll number 46.
Sir, 3, sir.
51.
4, sir.
57. 59.
So I think 3 notes, sir.
61.
4, sir.
Priyadarshika. May I know the roll number for Priyadarshika?
38, sir.
You can also write your roll number in before your name. Jubin Thomas.
Roll number 14, sir.
You also write your roll number in front of your name, right? 38 is there. So how many nodes are there? Roll number 38.
4, sir.
Sir, 61, sir.
61. Who is 61? Jubin.
No, sir, me.
How many nodes?
4 notes, sir.
See this.
54, sir.
Sorry?
54.
54 what? Where were you? Finished some work from home?
I'm seeing questions, sir. At the first you tell another roll number, sir.
See, you will get only one chance to say yes or no. How long we should wait? How come others are able to speak and you are not able to speak? You can have enough reasons for that, okay? Let us consider for this case it like this. There may be other people also who are absent,
Sir,
but their fate is
sir,
high
20
today.
Sir,
23
23,
also absent.
Sir, 4 dads.
See, this clearly
Sir,
indicates that.
when you were calling, my mic was not turned on, sir.
Okay, let it be one class is absent. What is the problem? What's the big deal?
23, sir.
That's what I am saying. Let it be absent only. What is the big trouble?
Sir, when you were calling, my mic was not turned on, sir.
What I am asking, please answer for that. If it is absent in one class, what is the big trouble in that? Is there any problem?
Sir, I want to change my answer, sir.
46. Yes, tell me.
Sir. I think there are only 2 notes.
That's the correct. See, what I was saying is the crux of all this is it clearly indicates that nobody is serious about their subject and nobody started reading anything about the subject, right? The only way to get command on any subject is to read textbook. Do not simply rely on YouTube videos. That too, when you are not attending online classes, with utmost care. Okay, just have this, जिसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना गांठ बांध लो, just make a note of this. It's a very important point. Do not simply rely on YouTube videos. They will not give you the important things. You have to read the textbook. So download the Haight and Kemerly or Sudoku book and start reading it. That is why, see, at this stage also you're not able to speak how many nodes are there in this circuit. See, if I remove this wire and if I extend it in this way, similarly, if I take this, break it here, instead of that, if I do it in this way. So how many nodes you could see now? Yes, 54. Now at least you can tell.
Yes, sir.
How many nodes?
2.
2. This node 1, that's node 2. Okay. So one node obviously you have to consider as the ground. So let it be ground. Now let us write the nodal equation. That to this the node 1, already in the equation it is given that this 20 ohm resistance, the drop across it is considered as Vx. So instead of write V1, we can write Vx, because whatever is the drop across this, the same voltage drop you will find across 10 ohm also. Why you will get the same? Because they both are connected in parallel. So potential difference at point A for 20 ohm will be same as the potential difference with respect to B for 10 ohm also, right? So they are simply connected to same nodes. Hence, I can write voltage at this point is Vx, this point is Vx, this point is Vx, because all are same point. Because this is a single node. Now let us write the equation. That's Vx. Now Vx by 10 outward plus Vx by 20 again outward, and then minus 0.2 Vx. Now what is this? Which source is this?
Dependent.
No, it's a current, or of course it is dependent, correct? But whether it is a current source or voltage source?
Voltage
Current.
source.
So what is the meaning of Vx in that case? If it is a current source, why it is Vx here? How you are identifying it as current source?
Voltage dependent current source.
Voltage dependent current source, absolutely right. See, how to understand, how to identify whether it's a current source or voltage source, you have to see the symbol, what it shows. If it is a directional arrow, obviously it means current source. Don't go with the value which is written at the outside. Okay, this Vx doesn't mean a voltage here, a voltage unit here. Okay, this Vx does not mean a voltage unit here. It only makes gives you the inference that it is a voltage dependent current source, right? So whosoever gave the answer is correct. It's a voltage dependent current source. So basically its ultimate unit is amperes only, right? So it's a current source only. And its direction is already given to you. It's outward. Hence positive. And this is inward, hence negative, right? So this is equals to 0. Now you can easily solve and compute the Vx value. Is that fine? Now can anyone quickly find out what is Vx here? Yes, please solve this and find out the value of Vx.
4, sir.
Eight, sir. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . .
Anyone else who is saying 8? Just now somebody told 8.
4. Roll number.
Roll number 54. Okay. Anyone else?
VX equals 4, sir.
5.71, sir.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir. 5.
Ohms. How you are getting in ohms?
40/7, sir.
Yeah, sir. 40 by 7. 5.71, sir.
5.71, sir.
5.71, sir.
See, I do not have answer. You have to tell me.
Sir, 5.7, sir.
Yeah, it seems like 5.71 is the correct answer. Okay, is that fine? So this is how you can solve the questions. This question 3.8 we will deal when we'll discuss about the supernode. Two minutes, please. I feel like we will see few more questions, then only we'll go for a new topic. Is it okay, or shall we start a new topic? Do you feel confident enough in solving the nodal equations? Some more problem. Okay, 3.9 is a supernode problem. So 3.9 also will not see at this moment. For that, you need to see why I am not looking into 3.9. Let me show you the reason. Otherwise, you will not understand why I am saying again supernode here. So let us take this here. See, first thing you should understand. For that, you have to read the book. You cannot comment on current or voltage source. Similarly, you cannot comment on voltage for a current source. And because of the reason, like as I discussed in the previous lecture also, in your household appliances, the switch which you are having, let us say for a normal socket, you know it is 220 volts, but you cannot tell the current through it, right? But this is the open case scenario. Similarly, for ideal current source, ideal voltage source, you cannot comment on the current which is flowing through it. Right? So the problem is, if I want to write a node here, so I know this is obviously 24 volts. Now, with respect to this node, this drop as well as this voltage source, both are coming, right? So this is also a node now. This is also a node, and this is the ground. Okay, we cannot write the current equation for this. What will be the current? You do not know at this moment. Can I consider a current? Let us say I. That also we do not know. So it is a special case because these two nodes are in such a way that in between those two there is a voltage source, and such a scenario we will call as a super node. Okay, that is why I am not discussing at this moment, because we have not discussed it. The super node topic itself is not yet discussed with you. So I will leave this portion for your next class. Today I thought of taking it. You can see the PPT for today's lecture. But since nobody has prepared anything, I have to stop it. Right? So this is what the super node we thought of. I thought of starting it today. The super node is formed by enclosing a dependent or independent voltage source connected between two non-reference node and any elements connected in parallel with it. Right? So this is the super node now. So these two nodes combinedly can be called as a super node. So here directly you cannot apply the nodal analysis equation. In the next class we will see that. So hence this question also will drop at this moment. We take another simple question. Let's say this. This is not a super node case because both are current sources. So let's just write some, designate some values to it. So you can see here you are having 4 nodes. So obviously one can be grounded. So this I am grounding here. Let's call this as the V1, that's V2, and this as the V3. And now apply the nodal. So one can write V1 with respect to this 8 ohm. We can write V1 by 8, and then current, let us consider as outward because V1 you are considering. So V1 minus V3 divided by 1 ohm, and this is the current source. The current direction is outward. So plus 4 is 0. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Please everyone pay attention here, then only you will appreciate the things. Node V2. Node V2 is here. Okay. So this I will consider as the outward. These two current directions are already given to you. I hope you are able to understand. This is already given to you, the direction, because it's a current source, and this is a dependent current source, so that direction is also given to you. So we will consider the same. So V2 by 2 outward, hence positive sign.
Minus 4
This minus 4 because it is inward, and
plus 2IA.
2 plus 2 I0, that is equals to 0. So this is 1, that's 2, and now let us consider V3. So node V3, no current direction is mentioned, that means it is always outward. This is also outward. Okay, so we can write V3 by 4, and for this 1 ohm resistance it is plus V3 minus V1 by 1. This is given to you
Minus 2I0.
minus 2I0. 10 minutes. Now, how many unknowns are there?
3, sir.
How come there are 3 unknowns here?
4 unknowns.
4 unknowns. So 4 unknown means how many equations you want?
4 equations.
4 equations.
Where is the 4th equation? Just think over it. It's in front of you. Where is the 4th equation?
Loop, sir.
No,
Yes, sir.
no need to write loop. Just nodal will help you.
Adding 2 and 3.
No. Adding 2 and 3 will not lead to any other new equation.
Total
Whether it
current
will-
equal 0.
Sorry?
Total current equal to 0.
No.
Grounded voltage.
I think bigger loop.
No loop. Please don't go for any loop equation. See, you have already studied, we discussed, but this is purely nodal analysis. Okay, so I don't want to use any loop equation. Only nodal. That means KCL or basically the Ohm's law. Okay, but KCL only. Yeah. See, what is the quantity which is disturbing you? This I0. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So can I write I0 equation? What is I0? I0 is the current flowing in 8 ohms.
8 ohms.
Now,
V1 8.
yes, V1 minus 0, the ground voltage, divided by 8. Is that okay? This
Yes,
is
sir.
your 4th equation. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
So now do you feel confident enough about this topic and subject?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
One more we will see like this. See, it may seems you, it's very simple. Just you have to start from the unknown question and you can just write the equations. That maybe because you are not writing, because only I am writing it. When you will sit and write it for you in your pen and paper, you will find the difficulty and then only you can appreciate the importance of KVL and KCL as well as the nodal. Right? So don't just leave up to here. You solve all the questions again, whatever I have discussed. Apart from that, whatever are there in the end of this chapter. Right? Let us now consider this question. And obviously this is a node, but it is known to you. This is 40 volts. This is another node. Let us call as a V1. That's the second node, V2. And these two nodes are same. And as per the question, it is given as V0. So instead of V2, now you can consider that as V0. Is that okay? Can I consider V0 here?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, we can write the nodal. We will start with V1. Node V1. So, V1 minus
40
40
by 20.
by 20. Correct. Now, quickly, please, everyone, think over it and tell me the answer.
Plus V1 by 20.
Plus V1 by 20. Good. Next.
Plus V1 minus V0 by 10.
Fine. So 3 branches are connected. That means three terms will come. So obviously this is equals to 0. What about the other?
V0 minus V1 by 10.
Correct. V0 minus V1 by 10. Absolutely right. Next.
Minus 4ix is equal to 0.
Minus 4ix. Now what about this one? Oh, just a moment. Just a moment. Okay, what about the third term? It is V0 by
10.
10. Fine. Now, how many unknowns are there?
3, sir.
3. So that means what? One more equation is required to you. And what will be that equation?
Ix is equal to V1 by 20.
V1 by 20, or more specifically, if somebody is... See, sometimes I'm writing such that if somebody is not able to understand, so I am writing in that way. So V1 minus 0 by 20. Right? So current is always the potential difference divided by the resistance. Then somebody may argue that why it is only one potential divided by resistance. No, it's not like that. It is a potential difference. Okay, please understand. Potential, two terms are there. Potential, difference. So we are taking the difference. Since the other quantity is 0, it is not coming into picture. Okay, this is for those who are not able to understand why directly I could write V1 by 20. So now we are having 3 equations, 3 unknowns. One can easily solve it and come up with the answer. So in similar way, in your textbook, these so many examples are given. Go through it, leave the supernode problems if you're not able to comprehend with that. In the next class, I hope you can see this. There are so many ample of problems which are given in the book, somewhere around 90. Leave this last 4 problems because they needs transistor concept. But rest you can solve. You can attempt all the questions out of it. Okay. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Is there any doubt specifically about today's class?
No, sir.
Whether this method of solving the questions is correct, or do you want something else? You are comfortable, right? Directly I'm picking the question from your textbook. Is that okay? Okay, good. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir.